Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Happy New Year! It's December 31st, 2017, and today I wanted to make a video about my 2017 in review. I want to go back to the goals that I had for 2017 and kind of break down how well I did at meeting them. So let's just go ahead and get started. The first goal that I had for 2017 was to read 100 books. This was, I guess a pretty ambitious goal, but I'm a pretty big reader and I read pretty quickly. Last year I think I read 56 books, and this year, as it turns out, I hit 71. So while I did not pass the 100 books, I still beat last year, so that's something. I improved. And there was still like a 4-month period where I was so busy with school and work that I didn't really read anything else. I was reading like articles for school and then like working, so I didn't read anything. So if I had been reading during that period, I probably would have met the 100 book goal. So I'm aiming for next year again for 100 books. The second goal that I had for 2017 was to write 250,000 words. I didn't really specify what kind of writing, just writing 250,000 words. Unfortunately, I didn't really track this in the end. Like I've written a couple of like pretty lengthy papers, 3 I think papers this year that are like 10 to 15,000 words, plus like posts for courses and things like that, and like, you know, I have no way of actually tracking how much I actually wrote. So I think for 2018, what I'm going to say on that front, because I do want to write more and like write more creative things, whether that be like stories, creative nonfiction, whatever. Like I want to write more. So I think my goal for 2018 is going to be to take one of the many ideas that I have in my brain, and actually write it down, like actually finish a draft of some kind of book. Whether that be like in NaNoWriMo or something like that. But that's my goal for 2018 on that front. The next couple of goals kind of go together, but the third one was to walk 1,500 kilometers. Again, a pretty ambitious goal that works out to about 4.1, I think, approximately kilometers a day. I ended up walking 1,140 kilometers this year, according to my iPhone. I use my iPhone to track how far I walk every day, and it's with me all the time. So 1,140 is where I hit this year, so it's an average of 3.1 kilometers per day, which is pretty good. Like I'm not upset about that. And I think I'm going to keep that goal the same for next year, again, to try and walk 1,500 kilometers. And the difference between where I hit this year and where I want to hit next year would be like going on more hikes. Unfortunately, like I wanted to hike a lot more than I did this year, and I just didn't get to because the weather didn't cooperate. It was either too hot or raining every time I wanted to go for a hike. So yeah, we'll aim again for 1,500 kilometers next year. Another goal that I had was to lose 50 pounds. Didn't really happen. So yeah, I think for next year, like, I had a couple of goals here, like losing 50 pounds. I had like a number of days that I wanted to track my food intake, things like that. I think I'm going to kind of amalgamate those goals together for next year and say that my goal is to make healthier choices. So in order to help me lose that 50 pounds, like I'm going to be making healthier choices, so I track my food and I like choose healthier things. So that's my goal on that front. Another goal that I had was to make something beautiful. I don't really know what counts for this, but like I made a hat, I made a necklace, I'm like, you know, I made some little things. So I think, you know, hey, I met the goal. I can say I met the goal. One of my other big goals, and this video is really important, and this is kind of why I wanted to talk about goals in this video, because one of my goals was to make 12 videos. My initial thought on that was like 1 per month, but I didn't really actually start making any videos until like July. But this is video 12 for the year, so I've officially met this goal. Last day of the year, video number 12, but I did it. I made 12 videos this year. And that makes me pretty proud because this is something I've been wanting to do for a really, really long time, and I just never did it because I was too scared. So I did it. I made 12 videos, and I'm going to keep making them because it's really fun. You know, and who knows if they're going to continue to be about just books or if they're going to be about all kinds of other things. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen, but as long as I'm inspired, I'm going to keep trying. So I think I'm going to up my goal for next year since I met the goal. And I'm going to say I want to make 2 videos per month. So that works out to 24 videos over the whole year, but 2 videos per month so that I can't just kind of like make all the videos at the end of the year. 2 videos per month. That's the goal. So even though I failed Vlogmas, even though like haven't been that consistent, I did meet my goal, and that makes me really happy. I think the last goal I'm going to talk about for 2017 was a goal to visit 3 new places. I didn't really like categorize what new places meant, but the only like meaningful new place that I can think about that I went to is I went to Mont Tremblant for the first time, on a class trip with my students in September. So that was really cool, and I feel like I actually went somewhere new, but it wasn't 3 places, and I can't really think of anywhere else that I went that counts in that 3 places. But at least I went 1 place. That's the goal. So for next year, kind of on that front, I want to go on a trip, like go somewhere and be a tourist, like not just like visit somewhere, but like go and be a tourist somewhere. I don't care where it is, like whether it's somewhere I've been before or not, like I just want to go on a trip somewhere. That's the goal for 2017, whether it's one of like the big trips that I'm hoping to do or like a smaller trip. I don't care. I just want to go and do something, go somewhere, be a tourist. Yeah, so that was kind of my goals for 2017. I did okay. Like I made some progress on all of the goals that I had. I met a couple of them. In particular, I'm very proud of meeting my video goal. But there's definitely room for improvement in 2018. So just to recap, I know I kind of like touched on what my goals were going to be for 2018 as I went through, but just to recap, I'm continuing to have a goal to read 100 books. What I haven't mentioned here is the other day I kind of decided to go through and see like between what was on my Kindle account and what was actually on my bookshelf, how many books I had that I hadn't read. It's like 65. It's a lot. There are a lot of books that I own that I haven't read yet. So my goal alongside that, like read 100 books, as a caveat of that, I'm not allowed to buy any new books. There's a couple of exceptions, I'll get to those, but I'm not allowed to buy new books until I've read all of the books that I own. The caveats to that are like I'm still continuing to get an OwlCrate subscription, so there will be like 1 book a month that I get from that. I'm also adding 2 other caveats. One, if it's a series of books that I already own the first book and I read the first book and I want to immediately continue with the series, I'm going to allow myself to purchase further books from the series. And then the other caveat is if there's a movie coming out in 2018 that's based on a book and I want to read the book before the movie comes out, then I'm allowed to purchase the book. In this case, I kind of specifically added that caveat for A Wrinkle in Time because I really want to read A Wrinkle in Time before I see the movie, and that's coming out in March. So those are my caveats. So no books, I can't buy any books except for those caveats. If it's either a series I already own and I want to continue, or if it's something that a movie is coming out for and I don't currently own the book and I want to read the book before I watch the movie. Yeah, so that's that. That's my reading goals for 2018. Like health goals wise, I'm continuing to have the goal to walk 1,500 kilometers. On top of that, I do want to have a goal to make healthier choices to help me lose at least 50 pounds. I know that like health-wise I need to do that. it's just been hard to actually like buckle down and do. So I want to track my food intake. I want to exercise more, hike more, like do the things that I like to do, and just try and be a little bit healthier about it. So that's health-wise. And then like video-wise, my goal is to make 2 videos per month for the duration of the year. So it's 24 videos total over the year. And just go from there. Other goals that I have, one that I already mentioned is to write a novel, a book, whatever. Like take one of the ideas I have in my head and like turn it into something. It doesn't have to be like complete, it just has to be a draft. It doesn't have to be good. Like I don't care. I just want to actually like finish something. Write something and finish it. That's the goal on that front. I also have a goal to go on a trip and be a tourist, just like actually go on a trip somewhere. It doesn't have to be a big trip, but just a trip somewhere. And then like my other kind of goal for 2018 is to plan more. Like I'm not really the type of person that I tend to like very much focus on like today and what's happening today. Like sometimes I think about the future, but I'm not very good at planning for the future. So one of my goals for 2018 is to kind of try and follow some planning and scheduling for things like cleaning and menu planning and grocery shopping and stuff, so that will help me to eat more healthy, to eat healthier. Sorry, that was bad grammar. And then like following a budget a little better. Like I tend to be, when I'm comfortable money-wise, I tend to be a bit of an impulsive spender. Like when I know that I have money to spend, I will spend it. So I think I need to be better at that and like stick to my budget, so that I can actually save some money, and go from there. So that's kind of my goals for 2018. Some big reading goals, some big other goals. But yeah, I'm excited for all of it. I think it's going to be a great year. 2017 was a really good year. Like if I think about like where I am now versus where I was in January, like a lot has changed. Like January last year, I was living by myself, in a very expensive apartment, and I did not have a full-time job. I was working, very beginning of January, just one job, but then I had quickly got a second job, so I was working 2 part-time jobs, and that weren't paying me a whole lot of money. I mean, the part-time job was paying me pretty well. The one was paying me pretty well, the other one wasn't. And it just didn't work out to enough really to live comfortably as I was living, so I made a decision to move into a cheaper apartment, to share with a friend, and move into a cheaper apartment and like save a little more money. And then I got a full-time job. So where I'm at now at the end of 2017 is like completely different from where I was at the beginning of 2017. And I just feel so much more prepared and open to like new things, new experiences, and to focus on like the social things that I have a harder time with, to focus on like making friends and, maybe even searching for a relationship. I don't know. I don't know what the year is going to bring me, but I'm hoping that it's going to be a good one. And I'm hoping that I'm going to see more change moving to the future, growing as a person, like I've seen in 2017. So that being said, Happy New Year. Enjoy all your holiday celebrations for this evening, whatever you may be doing, family, friends, boyfriend, girlfriend, whoever you're spending it with. Have a blast, have a Happy New Year, and we'll see you in 2018. Bye.